Governor Greg Abbott agreed to a one-time-only debate against challenger Beto O'Rourke, where one of the conditions was an audience-free parlor, according to O'Rourke.
That's right, Karen. The hour-long debate took place at the Performing Arts Complex located right behind us. Some of the issues discussed include gun control, immigration, and reproductive rights. The first question concerning immigration and the financial burden this issue brings to border communities was directed towards Governor Greg Abbott, to which he replied by redirecting the blame on the Biden administration.
Remember this, just 2 years ago, we had one of the safest borders in decades, but under the Biden administration, we have more people coming across the border than ever in the history of our country.
Abbott mentioned that Texas responded by making sure the National Guard and the Department of Public Safety were making arrests and sending back illegal immigrants, as well as busing them to sanctuary cities. He then proceeded to compare the way it would be under O'Rourke's administration. In rebuttal, O'Rourke talked about the Operation Lone Star, stating that with $4 billion into the project, we are seeing more encounters at the border.
What we need is a safe, legal, orderly path for anyone who wants to come here to work, to join family, or to seek asylum. If you come to this country, we expect you to follow the law. But on our side, we're going to make sure that our laws reflect our values and our interests.
Following up with the Border Security Initiative, this is what the candidates replied when asked if more money should be allocated into Operation Lone Star.
$0 should be going to Operation Lone Star, and that's what it would be if we had a president who was enforcing the immigration laws of the United States of America.
No, it's clearly failed. The numbers are in. We're seeing not fewer but more engagements at our border. Now they get a bus ride to Chicago or Washington, D.C. or New York. We don't need any more stunts. We need solutions.
Reproductive rights were also a topic of discussion after the overturning of Roe v. Wade in June. Governor Abbott was asked if he thought emergency contraception like Plan B was a viable alternative to abortion for victims of rape or incest.
Well, it depends on what you mean by alternative. An alternative, obviously, is to do what we can to assist and aid the victim. The state, through our Alternatives to Abortion program, provides living assistance, baby supplies, all kinds of things that can help them.
In contrast, O'Rourke reaffirmed his stance on abortion by stating that he'll make sure that every woman in Texas can make their own decisions about their body.
And I will work with the legislature and my fellow Texans to return us to the standard that Texas women won in the first place, Roe versus Wade.
Following the Uvalde shooting in May, Governor Abbott and O'Rourke were asked about their stance on raising the age limit from 18 to 21 to be able to purchase firearms like AR-15s.
We want to end school shootings, but we cannot do that by making false promises. The most recent Federal Court of Appeals decision on this particular issue said that it was unconstitutional for a state to raise the age from 18 to 21 for a person to buy an AR-15.
In response, O'Rourke acknowledged families of the Uvalde shooting who were present outside the building and called for Abbott to be held accountable for allegedly not taking action.
All we need is action, and the only person standing in our way is the governor of the state of Texas. In Florida, after the Parkland shootings, it was 23 days for that Republican governor to raise the age. And in those states where the age has been raised, mass shootings are down 80%.
In addition, other topics discussed were property taxes, police funding, teacher wages, and the energy grid. To watch the full debate, you can access valleycentral.com.
The elections will take place on November 8, with the deadline to register to vote October 11. For KVAQ-TV, I'm Alba Cantu.
And I'm Karen Lucero.